For more than 2 decades, Bishop Scott Volland and his wife Deborah have felt called to the ministry of reconciliation between whites and blacks.
The Lord really impressed upon our hearts to build bridges and really to just kind of bridge the gap between the different culture bases in our society, bring them back to a place where they can not only live together in unity, but hopefully even also come together and worship together as unified bodies.
As pastor of the Heights Church in Columbus, Mississippi, it was a vision he often shared with his congregation.
I believe that's a biblical mandate. I believe, first of all, that the church should reflect the community. I believe that the church should reflect the kingdom as a whole. And because God made us to be a diverse people, we certainly should have churches that reflect that diversity.
In light of recent events involving police-related shootings and calls for social justice, Volland felt compelled to join those rallying for equality.
We've been very, very active lately, even more so since the videos have come out, of course, with Ahmaud Arbery's killing and then George Floyd's killing. And we have been very active in prayer services and protests and peaceful protests and prayer marches. We've been active, of course, in different proceedings throughout our local government on county levels and state levels to try to bring about the removal and relocation of certain things such as Confederate monuments, also the state flag in Mississippi.
But his involvement with such cases didn't go over well with his church.
Not everybody was opposed to it, but there were some that were opposed to certainly the methods by which we used. We were told that they didn't want us being a part of any protests or prayer marches, regardless if they were peaceful or not.
Some threatened to leave, and during a meeting with the church board, Volland was voted out.
At the time, we certainly felt very disappointed. We had been involved in every aspect of people's lives, from the wedding, their weddings of their children, baptisms, funerals, all sorts of things that we had gone through and really just poured into them, that it really disappointed us to think that they didn't fully understand our hearts and certainly did not have our hearts.
CBN News reached out to the church for a response to Volland's statements, but did not receive a response. Despite being fired, Volland says he isn't bitter and still loves those he once served.
That Sunday was our final Sunday. Again, some did not show up to the final Sunday service. The last words that I spoke from the pulpit were words of blessing that congregation, praying for that congregation, and just simply asking them to pray for us even as we went on to further endeavor in the area that we felt God called us to.
A calling that now includes a new ministry called The Bridge, a multicultural, multi-generational, multi-ethnic church that Volland sees as a vital part to fulfilling the Great Commission.
A bridge is something that brings people together. It brings disconnected areas or disconnected groups together. We believe that the bridge is a church for all people that exists to do three things. That's connect people with God, connect people with people, connect people with the world.
Charlene Aaron, CBN News.